Finally, we invite in the guides and guardians and anything else as we take in the messages of the tarot tonight. Sometimes knowing that messages move through in different ways and different forms of divination. We also know that the cards do not lie. We trust in the reading that comes through tonight, and we let it soak in a way that we need to truly receive it. So real quick, before I do this reading, and it's just a 3-card reading, by the way, not just, it's a 3-card reading, not like it's a just. But I do want to talk really quickly about Vedic astrology. I pretty much already touched base on it, but in the eastern side of the world, in Vedic astrology, this moon is in Magha Nakshatra. It's known as the magnificent star. Magha means magnificent. And it's in the heart of the Leo lion. And the reason it's not in Virgo is because there's a different perspective on astrology with Vedic versus Western or tropical. When we're in tropical Western, we're focusing on the relationship of the earth and the sun. But in Vedic, we're looking at the constellations and the relationship of the earth to the constellations. And so for the perspective of the East, the moon is in the heart of the Leo constellation. And this is known as the lunar mansion of Magha. And this is represented by a royal throne. And so even though we're on this other side of the world, we're still bringing in this very regal, sovereign, holy, heart-ruled energy. And so it's important to move out of your heart essence, your heart frequency, as much as possible right now. Throughout the rest of this lunar cycle, with this being the first full moon of the lunar year, I believe the next 13 moons we just threw out this next year, really set that standard to move out of our heart. And how do we do that? First and foremost, we breathe through it. Take those 3 sacred breaths and make them sacred before everything that you do. So before we do this tarot reading, our magical practice tonight, which is a very practical magic practice, is taking another 3 deep breaths so that you can really be in tune and present to receive whatever these cards have to say. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Exhale. Again. One more breath. As the plane flies overhead. I don't know if you hear it or not. So I pulled 3 cards, past, present, and future cards, because we are in this last full moon of the zodiac season. The first card I got was a reverse card. It's a protective message. I have no doubt we have protection around us right now with these Petries, but the Queen of Pentacles, and you can see on the card that it's this elephant, mama elephant with a crown with a heart on top and a baby elephant. And the Queen of Pentacles, pentacle eye patch over her there. Anytime we have the Queen, it's about being more royal and sovereign and really taking control of our life and being in our power, especially in both masculine and feminine side. This has also been a theme I've been talking about a lot this week, really ruling our masculine and feminine side. So if you're feminine, really allowing your masculine to be here as much as you're feminine, because I think we're kind of like in this war between the two and it's hard to pick. And same thing if you're male, allowing your feminine side to come through as much as your masculine. By the way, right now, Mars and Venus are very close together. They're in what we call a Graha Yuddha, which is a planetary war because the gravitational pull, the forces are pulling at one another. So Venus is pulling on Mars, Mars is pulling on Venus, and we're feeling that tug of war within us. And so it's time to get back to taking back our power and feeling the wholeness within us, right? Virgo full moon, Virgin, right? Virgo energy, wholeness, completedness of masculine and feminine side together, really letting the Kundalini rise and merge at all of your chakras. But when we pull the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this also means that we have been giving more than we're receiving. It's time to take back our power. It's time to take back our energy. It's time to take back our time. Maybe we've just been giving out a lot of time, and it's time to give back a little bit of it to ourselves, or just find the worthiness in it. And I find that this is really interesting just for myself, because I've been giving away a lot for free. And it is a struggle, not going to lie. I run a business. I have to pay bills. So I have to figure out how much do I give away for free and how much do I not. And if you remember, I said in the Lunar New Year transmission, I thought about stopping the moon circles and going to my membership only and making them a paid for thing only. However, no, that doesn't uplift humanity. That doesn't serve my Dharma. That's not living out of my heart, my higher purpose. That's living out of my money-fueled ego, thinking I have lack. I have enough, I have enough, I have enough. I will do this for free. I will nurture people for free. I will give them so much stuff on astrology, they want to puke about it if they're around me for free. Because not only does it nurture you, it helps you nurture yourself. So the Queen of Pentacles just says, hey, just come back to yourself, take back your power, take back your energy, take care of yourself, get back into your practices. Get back into your modern day practices, your everyday ritual, routine, habits, hygiene. And also get back into your spiritual practices, your spiritual hygiene, your spiritual routine. Get back into the magic and interweave your magic into the everyday so you feel more complete and your cup is full, and then you can pour it out again. But also pouring it out from a full cup to also help other people get their cups full so that they can pour them over themselves, so that you don't have to keep filling up your cup, pouring into their cup, filling up your cup, pouring into their cup, right? That's not how this works. I was watching this documentary with my kid the other day, and it was about a mama bear and two baby bears. And the mama bear, it was the first time she'd had twins. She'd had babies before, but she never had two. And every time she would like eat and get full, her babies would like latch on and feed, and she'd be exhausted and drained and have to go eat again. And she just couldn't keep up. And that's kind of what this reminds me of, this card. And that might be how you've been feeling. Maybe it was just for the past month or for the past few months or the past year or the past season. But if you've been feeling that, it's time to get back to yourself and just kind of set some boundaries, cut some ties. You don't owe anybody an explanation, but get back to yourself for a while, get full, and then maybe you can start pouring again, but don't let it go back to that same energetic relationship that it was before. Don't let it get out of control. Stay in control and in charge of it. I'm a total believer in empowering people to help themselves. Self-healing. I say it all the time. Am I a healer? Yeah, because I've healed myself. Do I call myself a healer because I think I can heal others? No, absolutely effing not. Okay? And anybody that does, I'm sorry, they are ego-driven. It's just how I feel. I'm not a healer in the sense of healing others. I'm a healer because I've healed myself, and I show you how to heal yourself, and I awaken the healer within you, because we all have it. We're all related. We all have that star-coded DNA, the same genome. We all have the magic inside, but some of us learn how to do it before others. And then we pass the torch on. We pass the torch on, and we light that fire within somebody else, and they become the healer. And then they move on, and they teach somebody to become the healer. Amen, Heather, yeah? Because I know she's in this same boat. This International Mystic School. I wish I could talk more, and I'm going to be able to talk more by summer solstice. By the way, if you want to come to an in-person thing, I'm going to start talking about that soon in the Ozarks. Save the dates for summer solstice. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, June 20th through the 23rd. Save the dates. If you want to come to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, and party with me, and have a fairy festival and learn about my new job and the new company that I'm working for, come to it. But one of the things that I was talking about with this international mystic school that I'm coming into is that everything on the mystic side is certifiable. You get a certificate. That's great. I want you to be a certified tarot reader. I want you to be a certified astrologer. Like, I want you to learn those things. But what if we also just like put out some educational courses to empower people to learn? Because getting a certificate is intimidating, and not everybody wants to get a certificate. Not everybody wants to pay for a certificate. And I get it. This is a big company and certificates make the money. However, all of my courses don't have any certificates with them. And you learn a lot about the moon, and in 13 moons you learn a lot about astrology, and I've got a chakra course I'm coming up on developing soon, and all of these things that I teach, they don't have certifiable attachments to them, and I think that's okay. It's time to start empowering people to empower themselves and simply learn and take that knowledge from within and go from there. And maybe they build upon that and they become more educated to do it on a professional level or get a certificate or whatever. But give yourself permission to simply learn more and not be so afraid to dive deep, no matter what level it's at. Learn to heal yourself one step at a time. Okay, let's talk about these other two cards. The Hanged Man is what I pulled for the present, and it is upright. And we got a cocoon or a larva getting ready to turn into the cocoon and turn into the butterfly and transform. And I feel like this is the perfect card for where we're at right now, at this gentle pause before we go into spring. So everything is still in hibernation mode, right? We are still in hibernation mode. This is Pisces season, the sign of dreams and sleep and rest and waiting. So you can make your plans. You can start working your magic. You can take the steps it takes to transform, but don't expect to get there overnight. Don't expect the results to be there in 2 weeks. Be patient and wait for the results, and continue to trust in the magic and do the steps and live out of your heart and live in your highest purpose and do your dharma work and do your karma work, and eventually the results are going to come through. This is a card that has the number 12 on it. This means that this could take a whole year to happen, sisters and brothers, whatever you're working on. But this year is a process of making it happen. I have been working on this dream to get this job that I have landed for 12 years. For 4 years, really freaking hard. Or 5 years. No, 4. 4.5. For a really long time though, overall. And it's finally here, and I've just been patient and waiting and working and patient and waiting and working and patient and waiting and working. Keep doing it. Keep waiting. Keep working. By the way, 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. Number of transformation. And it might be 3 seasons. It might be 3 months. It might be the 3rd month. It could be in March. It could be coming soon with spring. We don't know. Lots of different messages with those cards, but pay attention to that 12 or that 3. And how that might be coming to you as well. Also, future card. Another reverse card, another protection message, the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so we get back to ourselves. We find more wholeness so that we can really start working towards our dreams and filling the cup and not feeling exhausted along the way. And then we're patient and we're working and we're waiting, and then maybe eventually it comes true. Now, if the 9 of Pentacles is upright, that typically means that we are seeing something through, that we have brought something forward, that we have birthed something through that we've been trying to manifest. And once it's here, it's maybe not all the sunshine and rainbows that we thought it was going to be. Like the grass isn't greener on the other side once we buy that pasture. Once we own both sides of the road that seem to be better, but the other side seems a little better. We get over there and we realize it's got problems too. Okay? So I think what this really means when it's in the protection mode is that we really need to pay attention to what we are working towards and also get back to our worth along the way. All of these cards are really about being worthy of ourselves, being worthy to wait, being worthy to do the work, being worthy to get back to ourselves and back to our practices and our spirituality and our wholeness and our holy selves, but also being worthy enough to work on our actual dreams and intentions with the higher purpose. Like, I just want to fucking help people heal themselves and heal their trauma and feel peaceful and learn how to make their freaking dreams come true, because I don't know if you know or not, but I've been through it all. Like, I grew up in complete trauma and poverty. I'm talking dumpster diving at the Goodwill with my abusive mother for whatever we could find to fill our house with to feel like a home. I'm talking my mother sending me into the grocery store at 5 and 6 years old to buy the milk and the eggs and the bread with the food stamps, with the food stamp booklets, if you remembered, because I'm an 80s baby, and her sending me in alone to do it because she's too fucked up and high on drugs to do it. I've lost my father to suicide. It put me on this whole path to be where I am right now. I lost a job after moving into another country for that job after being with that job for 10 years, and then I got fired in a broom closet on Halloween. Talk about premonition. But I've been through it. I've really thought about why I want what I want now, why I want the dreams that I want now. It's not like I want a bunch of money in my life because I want a bunch of money and I want to buy a yacht and I want to be egocentric and have this luxurious, lavish, ridiculous, stupid life and buy Apple Vision goggles. Like, I don't want that. I want to have money so that my kid never knows what it's like to struggle or never hears those words, we can't afford that. And never has that lack money mindset ingrained into him like I did and I had to fight through and bust out of. And it took me 30 to 35 to 40 years to do so. I want to live my dreams and not go to a 9 to 5, or I want to have a dream job, whether it's my own job where I run my business or whatever, because I want to have my own schedule, because I want to spend time with my family, because I want to spend time with my husband and have a fruitful, loving marriage where we have time for each other. I want to have time freedom and money freedom, and I want to enjoy what I do and do what I love and not feel like I hate work because I have to spend time complaining about it. I want to be able to be with my kid. Again, my mother was never home. My dad wasn't present because he was working too and they were divorced. Like, I was a latchkey kid that spent a lot of time at home and raising my little sister. There's reasons why I do what I do. But ultimately, I also do all these things that I do because I want you to be able to create whatever you want and build your dreams and have the life that you want and have a lot of fucking money, because that's how this world operates. But also have wealth and abundance and peace and safety and a network and sisterhood and brotherhood and tribe and you name it. All of the good things. All of the good things. I do what I do so everybody else can have that. So I get to that because this 9 of Pentacles, it's all about thinking about, why are you here doing what you do? Yes, we're probably doing it to make money because we have to live on this planet and operate in this society and pay bills to live. I get that. But why else do you do what you do? Me and Maddie were talking about that when she was cut my hair. You know, Madeline doesn't just cut hair to cut hair. She has a higher purpose than that. And she doesn't just cut hair. She's in the beauty industry, but she's not in it in the typical way. She's in it for heartfelt reasons, higher purpose, spiritual reasons, dharmic reasons. So whatever you're working for, whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever you're doing, because Nine of Pentacles is all about, you know, working to bring something forward and maybe even having that result. In the reverse mode, you're still working for it. Do a little check-in under this moon and let the light of the moon illuminate it all. And illuminate the truth and get real with yourself. You know, it's okay if you've maybe been doing things for the wrong reasons. Let's let that go now with the moon, and let's shift. And maybe you can still do the same thing, but can you do it for the right reasons instead? We can have the both and. I'll just leave it at that.